For a truly zero pressure
All
luxury
right,
summer
all right,
experience.
all right, everybody. What's going on? We got Matthew Crustlife in here right off the bat. What's going on, Matthew Crustlife? Hope you're doing well, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Platinum Beast is live, and we got plenty of platinum on the screen for y'all to view and appreciate. So how about that? Hope everyone's doing well. Hope everyone's having a wonderful Labor Day weekend. Hope everyone was able to do something fun today, even if it was just staying at home or what have you. Let's see here. All right, all right. What's going on, Matthew Crustlife? Interesting stuff happening today. We got silver taking a little dip, which is kind of weird, but nice for acquiring silver at least. That's for sure. We got gold just sitting above 2,500. Platinum sitting around 942, which ain't too bad. What's going on, Trent Schaefer? I assume NE is New England, or is that Nebraska? Because I think Nebraska's NE too, isn't it? Is that Nebraska's acronym? Let's see here. Let's take a look. Nebraska acronym. Yep, NE. So it could be Nebraska or it could be New England. And neither of them are the same. Ah, Nebraska. Very nice, Trent Schaefer. Very nice. Very nice. Sweet. Glad to have you, my friend. Glad you could be here. I don't know if you've ever joined one of our live streams, but we're definitely glad to have you. How did Nebraska fare this weekend in the football? Well, they did well against the UTEP Miners. So how about that? Congratulations to y'all. I don't know if you're a football fan, but it's pretty cool. Definitely glad to have you join us today. Let's see here. Interesting Labor Day weekend, that's for sure. Interesting stuff. All right, all right. Hope everyone is doing well today. All right, we got 14 people watching. Welcome, everyone. All of y'all for joining us today. 16 people watching. Woo! Let's keep it. Woo! 18 people watching. Goodness gracious, somebody must have shared. Glad to have all of y'all here today. Thank y'all for joining. 18 people watching the live stream. Welcome to everyone. Whether this is your first time or you've been here before, we are definitely glad to have you here on the Platinum Beast channel. And I definitely greatly appreciate all of y'all hopping on here and joining us this fine Labor Day. Let me know in the chat, though. What are y'all doing for this Labor Day? Just chilling? Y'all out of town? Go to the beach? What are y'all doing? Hopefully the weather down here in the south is getting a little cooler finally this week. We're supposed to have some cool weather coming in the 70s. Very nice. Hey, Emily Lang, welcome. Hello to you too, my friend. Hello, 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 hello. Welcome. Welcome to the live stream. Glad you could make it. Hey, healthy active parents. What's going on? New to my channel, considering the 1/3 ounce platinum seems low premiums. What do you think? Well, I think that is a great addition to anybody's platinum stack, healthy active parents. 1/3 ounce platinum. I love them little coins. I don't have any myself, so I can't really speak on experience, but the premium is unbeatable, right? It's definitely better than your 1/4 ounce platinum eagles typically. And it's a nice little fractional size. So I say go for it for sure. If you can get yourself one of them, definitely pick it up because They're low premium, low mintage numbers. You know, Perth Mint's always going to be collectible no matter what it is from the Perth Mint. Pretty much everything they put out is collectible to some extent. So, yeah, definitely get that if you can. Which one were you looking at? Were you looking at the bottlenose dolphin or the marlin or the humpback whale? Which one were you thinking about picking up? Did buy a Perth Mint anniversary gold coin. Well, nice, Kyle Brooks. Congratulations on that pickup. And welcome, Metal Matt. Welcome to the live stream. Thank you for being a loyal Platinum Beast squad member. I greatly appreciate that. Hit that like, share, and subscribe if you like what you see. I agree, Metal Matt. I agree. Thank you so much for being such a loyal follower and member of the channel. I greatly appreciate you, my friend, and I'm glad you can make it out to our live stream today. Hello from Azerbaijan. That is the first I've ever heard of that place. Where in the world is Azerbaijan? Let's take a look, see here. I gotta look that one up. Azerbaijan. Wow. What a name. Oh, it's a country. All right. Over there in, I reckon that's former USSR. I apologize if that's incorrect, but it looks fairly close to a lot of the countries over there. Armenia, Georgia, all that good stuff. So welcome from Azerbaijan. Wow, that's incredible that you are pretty much halfway around the world. Platinum Beast worldwide, yep. Next to Armenia, gotcha. Next to Armenia, very nice, very nice. Yeah, welcome, Melior. I apologize if I butchered your name as well. But welcome, glad you could join us today. Healthy Active Parents, haven't looked that far. I just saw that JM Bullion has a random 3rd ounce for what seems like a great price. All right, I'll take a look at that and I'll let you know what I think of the price too. Let's see here, JM Bullion, Platinum Coins. Let's take a look. Oh, okay, yeah, 373.84. That's not too bad at all. That's not too bad at all. And if you were able to get something other than the marlin, that'd probably be very much worth it. Like if you got that penguin or something, that'd be very much worth it. How many of these do they have in stock? Let's see here. They have about 33 in stock, so you never know. You could get something real nice from buying that random. Even if you got the striped marlin at that price, it's solid because, I mean, what's 373? I typically set my limit for any platinum premiums, no matter what the coin is, small, large, whatever, to $1,500. I pretend $1,500 is platinum spot price, and I go from there. So if it reaches that level, let's see here, times 3 equals 1121. That's a very reasonable premium. Very, very reasonable. So yeah, definitely get one of them if you were thinking about it. I don't think you can go wrong at all with something like that. For sure. Yes, this is a country that is Turkey neighbor. Gotcha, Mueller. Gotcha. Very nice. Very cool, my friend. Very cool. I assume y'all have your own language too. What would your language be called? Azerbaijani or something like that? Usually it's like the country name with like a letter or two added on the end. But maybe y'all speak something else. I don't know. Not too familiar with all that. But I'm glad you could join us, and I appreciate you being here, my friend. I really do. All right. And yeah, be sure to hit the like button, everybody. On the computer, it's down below. On the cell phone, all you got to do is hold the screen. Should pop up. If not, hit the 3 dots in the top right-hand corner, and you'll be good to go to hit that like button and really help me out a whole bunch. Well, let's take a look at our poll here since we had a decent amount of people pop in. We got about 26 votes. Very nice. Gold is the winner so far. We got silver in 2nd place, platinum in 3rd, and palladium in 4th. That kind of tracks. That really tracks, if I'm being honest. Most people stack gold. Some people stack silver, less stack platinum, and even less stack palladium. So we're really kind of working with our normal trend here on what people think is the best precious metal to stack. Decided to do this poll because obviously I'm the Platinum Beast channel, so I was wondering if it'd be one-sided, you know, all platinum or what have you. But apparently there's a lot of gold stackers who love watching my channel. And obviously I'm not opposed to stacking all the metals, as y'all can see here. I've got all 4 of them in front of us. Palladium, platinum, silver, gold, you know, you name it, I'll stack it. A lot of people talk about the more niche metals, like the other platinum group metals and whatnot. I don't really get too much into them because I just want to build my base of the main for metal groups, if that makes sense. Well, Letty, no. I would not say that I am particularly into anything like that, but thank you for hopping in and posting a comment, my friend. I tell you what, some of the people that you get on YouTube are some interesting characters, especially when you're doing live streams and stuff like that. But anyways, interesting. Mueller, Turkey's neighbor. Very cool. Very cool. Very cool. And by the way, healthy active parents, I really like your username. I don't know much about you other than that, but your username is real nice. I like that. Letting the world know that y'all are doing well. And I hope y'all continue to do well. I can only believe that you're asking questions about stacking because you want to build a better future for your kids. So props to you, my friends. Happy Labor Day, Platinum Bees. Well, happy Labor Day to you too, Shadow Work, and welcome to the live stream. Glad you could join us today, Shadow Work. You are an awesome member of the Gold Beast Platinum Gold Beast Squad. And I appreciate you being here, Shadow Work. I really do. Thank you for being a loyal member, a loyal moderator of the channel, and just an overall loyal follower. Without you and people like you, Shadow Work, I would not be what I am on YouTube. So I appreciate that. I appreciate you being here and joining us today. Thank you for doing that. I know I've been slacking a little bit on the content. I've been trying to get stuff out, but you know, life just gets in the way sometimes, and it gets busy, and it's just wild what can happen. But nevertheless, I'm doing live streams, I'm making videos, I'm doing all kinds of stuff, so I'll keep on keeping on with all that. Interesting day today though, with silver dipping a little bit. It's kind of odd, to say the least, being the only metal. I don't know how often it's the only one to dip, but today's the day. Yep, posting them gold stickers in the Platinum Eagle. Very nice, Shadow Work. I love it. I love it. I love them little emotes y'all get to use. Let's see here. So what'd you end up doing today, Shadow Work, or anybody really? What did anybody end up doing anything cool for Labor Day weekend? Anybody go out of town? Anybody go maybe do a little in-town staycation kind of thing? Let me know in the chat. I love hearing about what y'all are up to. I definitely do. Let's see here. Hello from Eastern Ontario, Canada. Very nice, Eldon Elder. Welcome to the live stream. Glad you can make it, my friend. Glad to see you here. Hope you're doing well up there in Eastern Ontario. What's the weather like up there? Is it cold already for y'all? Because it's still pretty hot down here in the southeastern United States. But we're hoping it's getting a little cooler this upcoming week. Peculiar day for silver. Gold was only up a couple bucks when I checked. Yeah, gold's only up a couple bucks, but it's really close to floating to its all-time high. So it's just on a constant, never-ending, holding, being up. It's never going to dip, is what it seems like at this point. When it dips down to like 24.50, and then it just goes right back up. Cool nights down to 50 degrees. Wow, Eldon. That's incredible. 50 degrees. Good for sleeping. Oh, I bet. It's probably also good for utilities, right? You don't have to... I reckon you probably... Well, being in Canada, you probably are used to 50 degrees, so you probably don't run heat. Or if you do, it's maybe just a little bit or something. But wow, yeah, that's real nice. Platinum's only issue is how limited it is. Only to be used for jewelry. It does not have the versatility of gold or silver. All right, Mike for Democracy. I can understand where you're coming from with that logic. That definitely makes a lot of sense. But it's not only used for jewelry. It has a lot of industrial uses, from dental tools to catalytic converters, filtering emissions, lots of different things platinum's actually used for, more than just jewelry. But also, I think it's the best metal for jewelry because it doesn't wear away. Like when you wear a gold chain or necklace or ring, eventually some of the gold's going to fall off and disappear from that ring. But platinum is the type of metal that doesn't happen. You can scratch it, you can scuff it, but instead of platinum falling away from the platinum, it just moves it to a different shape. So overall, you never actually lose any metal wearing platinum jewelry, whereas gold and silver, you ultimately lose some of the metal over time. We can see that with junk silver and pre-33 gold. They don't weigh the same as they did when they came from the mint, but a platinum eagle, you could circulate it all day long and it'll always weigh the same amount. So that's kind of interesting. Yep, silver wears away as well. You are correct about that. Yep, Mike for democracy. Yep. So that's one of the things why I like the idea of platinum for jewelry. I don't have any myself, but I hope to get some at some time in the future. Watch the parade. Very nice, Kyle Brooks. Very nice. Watch the parade. That's always fun. Watching parades and stuff like that. That's cool. That's very, very cool. Was on vacation last week. Went to Maine. Out to dinners with the lady. Family cookout yesterday. She took me to dinner tonight. Good week. Very nice, Metal Mac. Very nice. Glad you were able to have a good week. Good couple weeks here and whatnot. Sounds like you've had a good time, my friend. And I'm glad to hear that. Eldon Elder said expectations of the electric vehicle market not doing as well as predicted and a comeback for internal combustion, which will mean bigger market for platinum again. Oh, I agree, Eldon Elder. I agree. I don't think electric cars have done nearly as well as people have wanted them to, and that's why certain sections of the government want to mandate it, because it hasn't done as well. And so they're trying to buy, I reckon, the people who manufacture them, like votes and stuff, but it ain't really working too much. But one thing I still am a pretty firm believer in is the hydrogen-powered vehicles, which also use a lot of platinum and stuff like that. So that could prove to be very beneficial for platinum in the long run. Staying off the grid, subscribe. Very nice, staying off the grid. Thank you so very much. Got to go. All right, staying off the grid. Well, I'm glad you subscribed. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. And thank you for joining us today. I hope you have a great rest of your evening, my friend. Eldon Elder said, our Prime Minister has committed billions to EV batteries for the taxpayers to be stuck with the bill. Yeah, don't you love how politicians, it really doesn't matter what country you're in, don't you just love how politicians take your money and then blow it on the dumbest things? And then they say, I don't know how we got here. And it's like, well, we do. Like, and it's not really a one-party thing. People on both sides of any aisle are likely to spend money on dumb stuff that maybe they initially thought it'd be a good idea, but it usually isn't. Government by virtue signaling. Yep, I agree, Eldon Elder. I agree. Over here in America, I don't remember if you, or oh, you're up in Canada. Yep. So down here in America or the United States, our government's really been pushing a lot of that stuff. They've been pushing the electric stuff to try and win over environmental people. They've been pushing college forgiveness, loan plans to really kind of influence people. But these people that are going to college don't realize they're going to end up paying for that anyways in taxes. It's like, and then the people buying electric cars, they're like, oh, I don't have to pay for gas. Well, you're going to have to pay for taxes. So, I mean, it all ends up being the same no matter which way you go about it. Damon's secret. Well, I reckon that's one way of forgetting about all the madness in the world. I'm not really one to partake in that kind of thing, but yeah, that's one way to do it. But glad you could join the live stream, Damon. Glad you could join us today. Glad to see you and everyone else here. We got about 9 likes so far, which is pretty solid. I think we average about 20 likes per video, so we're on track to match that. We've been streaming about 20 minutes, so not too bad, not too bad. But yep, Labor Day is here, y'all. Labor Day is here. What I also found interesting was it seemed like the stock market and the precious metal market moved on Labor Day, which I thought was kind of odd, especially for the stock market. Now, maybe my brokerage just is weird and is updating the numbers from last weekend or something, but yeah, I would have thought all that would have halted on Labor Day. At least the U.S. stock market. I reckon maybe the precious metals market is moving off of like the Eastern market versus the Western, but I don't really know. I guess I don't know enough about it. But either way, it's all good. They're intentionally undermining existing culture and infrastructure on purpose to make citizens desperate, and they'll accept a new world order. You'll own nothing and be happy. Yep, I've heard that many times over. Many times over. That's part of the reason why I stack. Who's going to come take this stuff? They don't even know I got it. I mean, somebody probably somewhere thinks I have it, but it's not really provable. And that goes for the same thing with the we'll call it pew-pews, right? Nobody wants a registry for that stuff because at that point, whoever knows you have it can come take it whenever they want, or just cause you so much pain and anxiety that you just want to give it up. Whereas where I live, there's no registry at all except for the Class 3 stuff, and yeah, so nobody knows what I got at any given time. U.S. stocks just showing off-board trading to reflect the rest of the world. I gotcha. Which is stronger, the coin market? Well, Damon Security, here's the thing I think about that. Here's my general opinion, right? It's not a financial advice or anything, but the more people, and don't get me wrong at all, there are perfectly fine people who partake in that sort of thing, but there's also a lot of people who probably should get off that sort of thing because it ain't doing them any favors, and it's really reduce their productivity. So if we can get everyone on that sort of thing, I'm not saying we should, but if it ever did occur, we'd probably have a extremely large gap between the bottom of our economic society and the top of our economic society. Because there'd be a lot of people blowing like all their money on that, and there'd be very few people with a whole lot of money. And I think realistically, in the beginning, the people who win are the people producing that stuff, but because there would be like a larger shift, I think, of the bottom portion, you would see this stuff ultimately go up in the long haul. So the only two ways you benefit from that, I think, is being a producer of what you're talking about or being a stacker, because I think that if just being a consumer, I don't really know how much that's really going to benefit you. Again, there are perfectly fine people who partake in that stuff. I'm not one of them, but there are perfectly fine people. But as far as which one stronger, this is much easier to get into, I would say, right? You can buy one piece of platinum and you're in the market, or a piece of silver or gold or something. Whereas the other one is like, it's meant to be consumed. It's not really meant to be a hedge against inflation. Well, that's cool, Damon. That's cool, my friend. All right. If the government ever comes to my door, collect my silver, I'll just say I gave it away to the poor. Meanwhile, it's buried. Yeah, right, Eldon Elder? Right? That's what I'm saying. It's like, well, really, you just, under the Constitution, you don't have to say anything. You can just say, I don't know what you're talking about. Or you can just say, I've got nothing to say about that. And there's really nothing they can do. Thank God for the Constitution of the United States of America, giving us the ability to keep our secrets to ourselves. What's going on, Strange AZZ? Welcome to the live stream. Glad you could join us today, my friend. Glad to see you here. I am so glad you were able to join us today. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're enjoying this Labor Day weekend. Eldon Elder, but I live in China. Yep. I know y'all got a whole bunch of issues up there, Eldon. I know y'all do, especially with y'all's leader. And by the way, how does y'all's how does y'all's, how, is there no term limits? I feel like that dude's been the leader for like ever. Like literally forever. Like, does it not go back to like the Obama days when he became? Yeah. Well, barely, I reckon. Let's see here. Yeah, do y'all have term limits or anything? Or can he just be the prime minister forever? Like, how's that work? I don't really know. It's definitely interesting stuff going on up there. Prime minister can continue running many times as he can get. Oh, man. That sets up so many issues, right? Like, dang. I'm sure there's some people that would like to see that in America, but they don't realize how big of a problem that becomes, right? We complain all day about our senators and congressmen who are allowed to run over and over and over again and become career politicians. But at least the leader of the nation has to swap out at least every 8 years or so. So I think it creates a nice balance. I know people would rather their party win every election forever, but I think switching the people out, it creates a nice balance. And I think that's part of what makes my country great, personally. But that's crazy that they can just continue running as many times as can get reelected. Wow. If they didn't legalize before going cashless, you need gold and silver for your green. I'm honestly surprised cartels are sitting on pallets of cash instead of gold. Yeah, that's true. That is very true. Also, cash is much more traceable than gold. Cash has serial numbers attached to it. That's how they find fake bills or stolen bills. But there ain't no serial number attached to any of this stuff y'all see here. So who knows where it came from or whose it is, right? I mean, kind of interesting stuff, that's for sure. They could bankrupt every criminal overnight if they went cashless. Yeah, they could. They really could. That just creates such a difficult position, though. Because you know they're going to tax every nickel and dime you send anybody on a digital platform. So I send somebody a couple bucks, and they're going to be like, taxes, give us our share. It's like, dang. All I did was give my friend a couple bucks to go into the gas station and get me a soda. Oh, my goodness. Mackenzie King was Prime Minister for 22 years. Woo! Well, that's when we really decided to make it law in America, roughly around that time, that you could only run 2 terms. So I'm surprised y'all didn't follow suit and do the same thing. 16 years. Jeez, Eldon. That's just wild. I mean, that is just crazy. I found a George Washington, I assume you mean coin, from 1982 that is silver with the goldest George Washington. Just kind of wondering what it might be worth or if it's worth saving. I don't really know too much about coins from 1982, Damon Secretal. I reckon it's probably some type of commemorative coin that was dipped in gold. Or some of it was dipped in gold. I reckon it's probably just a novelty thing, if I'm really being honest with you. I mean, don't go spending it. If it is silver, obviously trade it if you want, or just hold on to it because it is silver at the end of the day. What about the serialized silver or gold bars? Are they recorded and linked to my name when I buy one? Oh, I wouldn't buy any of that stuff. There's way too many options on the market for non-serialized, non-trackable stuff that I wouldn't buy any of that. Some people look at it as a security feature, but no. There's plenty of ways to tell whether your metal is real or not, and that ain't one of them. Or that ain't one that I would personally really want to attach to myself. I think I'd risk buying a fake over buying a tracked piece of metal. Both and coin dealers already have a ton of problems keeping bank account because banks don't want to deal with cash-only business anymore. Yeah, that's very true. That's very true, Shadow Work. Also, it's the first one of them is not federally legal, so most of the businesses can't put their money into FDIC banks. So they got to figure out a different alternative. Mostly that's not FDIC insured. So then they just have these giant vaults full of cash that they privately insure rather than the FDIC. So it does create a lot of issues. FDR changed it for you, didn't he? Well, I don't think he changed it. I think Congress came together and changed it, but he was the last one who served more than one term. He served like 3 or 3.5. I can't remember. Did he die serving? I can't remember. I want to say maybe, or he was very close to it. Like, he got real sick. He shouldn't have ran. It was kind of like what we're dealing with right now. Now, fortunately, the party in control right now pushed out their guy, but he was getting so old and feeble, our president right now, but he was planning on running again, even though it's like he shouldn't have ran last time. He was kind of too old. And that's not political at all. That's just common sense. The dude's barely walking around. But that's what FDR kind of did as well. He was running and running. He was in a wheelchair. He had like pneumonia. He got all these health problems, but he just decided to keep running. Died in his 4th term. Yeah, that's what I thought, Metal Matt. That's what I thought. Yeah, but he was just getting so sick over time, but refused to retire because these people are, or some of these people are so power hungry. It's ridiculous. Yeah, 2-term limit was created because of him. Fun fact, though, the first president of the United States, George Washington, only served 2 terms and retired because he thought that's all anyone should serve. Obviously, it wasn't made a law back then, but it's interesting that he saw the future and what could come from someone just becoming a monarch, basically, that lives forever and never ends their reign, versus someone just passing the torch on to the next guy, creating that balance that I think really helps us a whole lot. That's a good point, Platinum. Well, thank you, Shadowwork. I greatly appreciate you agreeing with me. Secret tie, especially doing large. Secret tie. I'm not sure what you're talking about there, Damon. But the 2nd term was limit was created because of him. Yep. They set a standard for 150 years until FDR. Yep. Yep. Yeah, they did. I mean, really, he was the first. Was he the only one? I think he was the only one who served more than 2 terms, if I'm being honest. Yeah, I think he's the only one. Another interesting thing was that many wanted George Washington to be king of USA, but he refused. Oh, yeah, he had some serious integrity. He didn't associate with any party. I mean, he was the first president, so it's not like there really was parties, but he seemed like he was a genuine, true, what Americans really should be. Yeah, so he was wise beyond his years, I'd say. Very much so. Wise beyond his years. And he was the only president not to live in the White House. So he lived in his own house. And what's also interesting about him is he was the wealthiest president, adjusted for inflation, all the way up to President Trump. President Trump beat him, but other than President Trump, 44 presidents or whatever, he was the wealthiest, which is crazy because he was the first. That's just insane to me. But, yeah. Is the 2024 kook your next target? Most likely, Shadowwork, it is. What my plan is I plan on, so I'm working on saving my YouTube ad revenue money and super chat money and all that stuff. And it's looking like, I think last month we made about $60. So we need to make at least like $35-40 this month, which that's easy as pie. I mean, I'll make that no problem. And then I'll get that deposit about mid-October. When I do that, I'll have enough for another one of these 1/4 ounces. So that's what I'm going to use my YouTube revenue for once I achieve enough, which will be the month of September should get me to that threshold. So I'll get another 1/4 ounce Platinum Eagle. I don't know if I'm going to go random year or specific year. I'll have to see where spot price is and what deals are out there. But the 2024 kook, I am keeping an eye on if I can find one for a reasonable price. Right now, APMEX has the lowest price at about $133.17. I'm hoping Liberty reposts theirs. I know they ain't sold out or gets a new batch or shipment in. If they do that, they'll probably be the lowest price. But right now, it's kind of hard to justify buying the 2024 because it's about 133, whereas I can get a Britannia for about 125. And as you know, I've been trying to fill up that Britannia tube I purchased towards the beginning of this year. I've got about 4 coins in there. Next, oh wow, thank you for that $5 super chat, Shadow Work. But I've got about 4 coins in my Britannia tube. So I need 21 more to fill up that tube. And that's kind of a goal I'm working on as well. So I will get the 2024 Kookaburra. As you know, I've got the 2021, the 2022, and the 2023. Having that 2024 will make it real easy to just kind of sit back, chill, and relax until then. But yeah, that's what my plan and my goal is. But we got $5 towards my next quarter ounce. Thank you so much, Shadow Work. I appreciate your donation, my friend, your super chat. That is super kind of you and just so thoughtful that you would do that. I never want y'all to feel like when I talk about, you know, my revenue and stuff and what my plans are with it, I never want y'all to feel like y'all have to donate, but I always appreciate when y'all do. That just makes my day right there when y'all give me just $5 even. That is super, super kind, and I can't thank you enough, Shadow Work. And everyone should definitely go check out Shadow Work's channel. He has some cool stuff that he posts and all that good stuff. And I will even drop that link in the chat for everyone to go over there and check him out. He's got some cool products on his channel. Cool stuff he likes to showcase. But thank you, Shadow Work. Yep, that's my plan. So I'm eyeing really 3 different things. I need a Britannia. Any date's fine. I need a 2024 Kook. And the quarter ounce Platinum Eagle I will get with my YouTube money once I achieve enough. And that's really what my plan is for the channel money, is just to stack these quarter ounces. I'd love to have a full date set at some point. As y'all know, this is the lowest mintage one. Well, no, that's the half ounce. This is the lowest mintage one, quarter ounce, 2007. So it's all up from here, really. So it should be easier to find all the rest, being that we have the rarest, or the lowest mintage at least. So yeah. Do you put all your coins in capsules? I'm working on filling a 1/10 ounce tube of Britannias. So I don't put those in capsules. I don't have my tube with me. It's in another room, but I'm working on a 1/10 ounce tube of Britannias as well, Metal Mat, and I don't put those in capsules. I just put the coins in the tube, and that's fine for me. At the end of the day, Britannias are just Britannias. As y'all can see here, I've got some Britannias in capsules. What I like to do is I like to encapsulate 1 year so I've got a 2024 in a capsule, and I have 4 2024s in the tube. So when the 2025 comes out, the first one I'll get is in a capsule, but then from there on, I'll just start popping them in the tube and call it a day. So I do like to encapsulate 1 of each year, but I don't encapsulate all the coins I get necessarily. It really just kind of depends. So yeah, that's how I do encapsulation. Now, over the years, I've kind of not become such a fan of encapsulation. I do like it for the smaller coins because it makes them less easy to lose. But I stopped buying capsules a good long while ago, and I am just using up all the inventory that I purchased all those years ago. So that's really kind of why I encapsulate a lot of what you see. You'll beat me, so I hope you show the full tube when done. Oh, I definitely will, Metal Matt. That'll become a staple in my channel. A full tube of Platinum Britannias. I think that'll be real cool to have. I love the idea of having tubes of government bullion, and having a tube of platinum is pretty cool idea in my opinion. So once I have that, I will definitely be holding on to it, and you will definitely see it on the channel a whole bunch. But let's take another look at the poll here. Let's see what has won. Is it platinum? Is it silver? Is it gold? Is it palladium? Let's see. Gold is at 50%, silver's at 29%, and platinum's at 12%, and palladium's at 10%. Interesting stuff. For sure. I kind of figured gold would be number 1. I mean, gold is everybody's favorite. It's worth so much money. It's easy to make it your favorite. But, yeah, it kind of makes sense. I was kind of hoping platinum would do a little better, being that this is the Platinum Beast channel. But, you know, everybody's got different likes and dislikes, that's for sure. I definitely love platinum though. But I'm not opposed to any of the other metals. As you can see, I stack them all. How bad will platinum coins damage gold coins if kept quarters of both in the same tube? Well, as long as you're not just shaking up the tube like a madman, probably not too bad. Shadow work, I wouldn't think it would be too bad at all. Most of the time tubes are just kind of sitting on a counter or something, and not doing too much. If you're taking them out constantly over time, obviously they'll get scratched up. But the thing about gold eagles is they're only about 2.5%. I think they're like a sterling gold, if you will. I don't know what you'd really call it. Maybe you call it 22 karat gold. But being that it has a harder metal in it, like copper and stuff, I don't think you'd have to worry at all. Now, buffaloes, I wouldn't really put them in a tube with platinum because them are 24 karat gold and they're very, very soft. So if I ever had a buffalo, I'd definitely have it in a capsule. But gold eagles, they're a little bit more hard and rigid. So putting them in the same tube as platinum, that wouldn't be a big deal at all, I don't think, personally. But that's just my take on the matter. You put out a coin kept on. But yeah, I think we've had a great turnout so far. We got 10 likes on the video. Thank you so much to everyone who hit that like button. Really appreciate it. Thank you to Shadowwork again for that awesome, awesome super chat. Super grateful for you, my friend. You are super, super kind. I can't thank you enough for all your kindness and generosity. You're welcome, Shadowwork. You're welcome. Yep, definitely. I'd love to have some gold eagles in my stack at some point. I don't have any currently. The only gold coin from America I have is the 1/10 2016 Centennial Mercury dime. I don't have it with me, but I do have that in my stack, along with some other gold stuff. I do have a St. Gaudens, a MS64 St. Gaudens, and a NGC cap or slab that I got for a steal of a deal. I think I paid $2,100 for, and that thing has gone up so much in just the year I've had it. So that's kind of cool, for sure. But yeah, very, very cool stuff. I think they might get scratched by platinum and shaken. Yep, if you shake it up, it could scratch up the gold, but if you keep it relatively stable, I don't think it's too much. It's bullion at the end of the day. It's not really collectible. Unless you have some key date or something, I wouldn't worry too much about it, but I leave that up to y'all. Everybody does things a little differently depending on who you are. So you never know. You never know. But I think this has been a good live stream so far. It's been real good. We've had some good topics posted up. Will gold and silver be worth anything during a zombie apocalypse? Well, Damon, at that point, you'd probably have to wait till after the zombie apocalypse was over for it to be worth something. I do believe that during a zombie apocalypse, it could be worth something, because I believe that the ultra wealthy, they have enough resources to outlive that. I know people say, no, everyone's screwed. But the thing about it is, some of these people today, Buffett, Gates, Musk, all them, they got $100 billion. Now you say, oh, but that's in the stock market, and the stock market is going to go in the toilet if things ever get that bad. And yes, that is true, but how many different assets do they have? How many homes do they own? They probably have a end of the world bunker filled with food, because they got so much money, they can just afford to just blow it on an entire warehouse full of military dried meals. They got boats, they got planes, they got automobiles, they got all kinds of stuff. So they'd probably not be 100 billionaires during that time, but they'd probably have enough resources to outlast it. So when you came to them saying, please help me, I've got my family, they might take your gold, right? Because they already got everything set. They're ready to go. But realistically, you'd have to wait till coming out of the zombie apocalypse at that point. But that's why I also suggest people stack the pew pews as well. Because that's what's really going to be your goal during that time. What about bottle caps? I love it, Damon. I love it. Fallout's a fun game. I haven't played it too much, but what I have played, it's been pretty fun. Not the zombies, LOL. Yep, Metal Matt, zombie apocalypse. I don't know whether zombies are willing to pay for human brains or whether they just take what they want. Oh, that's funny, Eldon. Yeah, you never know. You never know how they're going to work out. I'm so tempted to buy a 2000 W Library of Congress $10 bimetallic, 48% platinum, 48% gold, 28 grams total. I'm finding them for right now at 10% premium. Wow, that's pretty good premium, Shadow Work. That's not bad at all, really. Hey, if that's something you like and something you fancy, I say go for it. I don't think that'd be too bad at all. Fallout reference, yep, Fallout reference. All right, gold has reached above 50% at this point in the poll, 52%, with 27% silver, 12% platinum, and 9% palladium. Interesting stuff. I'll tell y'all what, palladium's been an interesting metal as well. It's broken above 1,000, and is it going to hold there? I don't know, but dadgum, if it hadn't broken above 1,000 while platinum's lagging behind, what does that really say? I don't know, but we could see some interesting stuff happening with the palladium. I liked them too, Shadow. Eldon Elder, congrats on the platinum pickup. Oh, what'd he get? What'd he get? What did he get? Oh, I bought my first ounce platinum coin a couple weeks ago. Nice. Royal Canadian Mint Maple. Very nice, Eldon Elder. Congratulations on that. Is it one of the older ones or is it the brand new one with the king? Which one is it? Let us know. Yeah, the bimetallic coins, Matthew Crestlife and Shadow Work, they're pretty cool stuff. They are pretty cool that they decided to do something like that. I'll take a look at that 2000 W Library bimetallic. Let's see what it looks like. Oh, that is pretty cool. That's pretty neat, honestly. It's pretty cool stuff. I don't know. Well, personally, in my opinion, them coins you see that are the U.S. commemoratives that almost always are on sale for like spot or like 1 or 2% above spot, I think they're going to be a lot more collectible in the future generations. Because when you take a look at the half dollars from 100 years ago, like Stone Mountain and Columbian Exposition and all that, them things have gotten so collectible by people who were not even alive at that time. So I think the U.S. commemorative gold and silver and stuff, I think it'll become more collectible. Right now it's just thrown in the junk bin, but that's because everyone wants that 100-year-old coin, not that 1-year-old coin. So once 100 years passes, I think that will fulfill that need. I could be wrong, but that's just the way I see it. King Charles, very nice, Eldon Elder. I like his portrait, and I like how they did that one. The maple on the maple leaf, I don't know. Maybe I'm in the minority with that. But I like his portrait on the Canadian version. I'm not so sure I like it on the British with the wavy hair and stuff, but the Canadian's kind of cool. I think they did it real well. Of course, the Canadian Mint always puts out real nice stuff. I like how they do the shine with the radials and stuff. That's always been a favorite of mine. By the look of King Charles, this may be the only year he gets on a coin. He's not looking very good, can't say. Yeah, you never know. King Charles could become rather collectible. That's why I'm glad I got some of these platinums with him on it. For sure. I also have some silvers and stuff like that, I think. Let me see here. What's in this little stack? Yep, I do have some silvers with the king on it. Mostly Royal Mint stuff. I have yet to get any of the Canadian Mint, but I do have Royal Mint with the king on it. One thing I found interesting was, why did they take his crown off? Or, because the queen had the crown. Does that have something to do with how long she was the monarch? It's got to be, because I think the older queen coins, she didn't have a crown maybe. Or maybe she did. I don't know. Yesterday junk, tomorrow's treasure. Yep, I agree, Metal Matt. That's my logic. Stone Mountain coin was just a spender at one point. Oh, I know it. I know it. And I love the Stone Mountain coin because I live so dang close to Stone Mountain. It was a staple growing up, and I've been out there so many times. It's really got a special place in my heart. I've always wanted to get like an MS 65 or 66 or something of that coin just for old time's sake, because Stone Mountain has such a special place in my heart. But I haven't yet picked up one yet. I have one in like a basically coal condition, but I don't have any in like mint state, which I'd really love to have one day. U.S. Mint needs to make a 10-ounce silver bar. Oh yeah, that'd be sweet, American Stacker. And what's going on, American Stacker? I didn't say thanks for dropping by yet, but thank you for joining us today, American. Super glad you were able to make it to the live stream today. Been picking up them 1-ounce Eagles. Very nice, American. Very nice. U.S. Mint needs to make a 10-ounce silver bar. I agree. I agree. We got the Britannia bar. We got the Royal Canadian Mint bar. Where's the U.S. Mint bar? I have no idea, but maybe one day they'll come out with it. And if they do, they ought to make it look actually decent, all right? Don't just be dumb about it. Make it cool, because the Royal Canadian Mint bar and the UK Royal Mint bar, both of them bars are just super epic. Even Perth puts out some cool bars and stuff, although that's definitely not their top seller. Yesterday junk, tomorrow treasure. Yep. Hey, Lee Hell, welcome to the live stream. Thanks for joining us, and thank you to whoever's hitting them heart buttons. I appreciate that. I definitely see that on my screen. But hey, Lee Hell, how you doing? How's it going? Hope you're doing well this fine Labor Day weekend, Labor Day day. I hope you're doing all right. Stack it all higher the better. Yep, I agree. I agree with that. Damon Secreti, do you have any scrap metal? No, I do not. I don't have any scrap. I haven't stacked any scrap. I have a custom poured copper bar that I reckon was probably made from scrap, but that was a gift to me. I didn't make it myself or anything, so. I've heard only women have the crown. Ah, interesting, interesting. If you look back, kings don't have crowns, but queens do. Huh, I wonder why that may be. I wonder why that is. That is super interesting. So they only put the crown on the queen and not the king. Now, I will say there was a inaugural coin they came out with the king where he had a crown, but I reckon it has something to do with their generic bullion. The king has no crown and the queen does, which is interesting. I always found that interesting. I always thought this was weird because this just looks like an old man and this one looks like a queen. You know, I know this is the king, but like, where's his crown, man? He looks like he just, I don't even know. It's kind of funny. Yeah, the coronation coin. Yep, they put the crown on the king's coronation coin. Yep. I was looking at toonies and nickel and quarter. Oh yeah, toonies. What are those? $2 coins or something, Eldon Elder? Is that what them are? $2 coins, toonies? I think they are, right? And loonies are, what are loonies? $1 coins? I don't even know. $2, yep. So what's a loonie? You can find modern commemorative bullion proof in capsules for junk silver prices. Oh yeah, you can, Shadowwork. You can, and that's what I'm saying. I love the idea of them because I think the next generation will find those collectible because they'll be harder to come by because either they've been melted down because they're only worth melt today, or they've been lost because they weren't worth much to begin with, or somebody like me bought them all. Now, I didn't buy them all, but somebody's out there just probably hoarding them, hoping I'm right. Loonie is $1. All right, a loonie is $1. Gotcha. We don't really use $1 and $2 coins down here in the United States anymore, Eldon Elder. We do have a $1 coin, but it's so extremely rarely used that it basically doesn't exist. So that's interesting. I've always found that interesting that y'all and the European Union and stuff, they all use $1, $2 coins. I kind of like the idea of it, though, if I'm being honest, because the bills get all ripped and worn out and all kinds of nonsense. And I feel like the coins would last a little longer because when bills get ripped and stuff, you can deposit them in the bank and then the bank sends them off to the Federal Reserve to be destroyed and then you got to print out a new bill, but the coin would probably last dang near forever. So I don't know why it's never picked up here in America. I reckon it's because we made our dollar coins so similar in size to our quarter coins that people get confused and they don't even realize what they're handing people. I reckon that's probably it. But a lot of the other countries use like different metals and stuff. Like a lot of the $1 and $2 coins are like bimetallic, so they look substantially different. I know you collect coins, but do you ever think about melting them down for more value? No, I never did think about doing that, Damon. It's not really something I've ever thought too much about doing. So I know a lot of people do that, but that's probably not what I'm going to end up doing. I'm definitely mainly just a stacker. U.S. Mint is sleeping. Canada has some beautiful coins, especially silver coins. Yeah, they do. Man, their radio lines are epic. Epic, epic, epic. Let me see if I got any Canadian stuff over here. I don't, but, well, actually, what is this one? No, that's Barbados. But, yeah, Canada does some very cool stuff. Very neat, very unique. Overall, awesome stuff. With the radial lines, I've always loved that. And since they got the milk spotting taken care of, that's always been a favorite of mine. They got some cool stuff. Their bars, their 10-ounce bars are real neat too. They got some very, very cool stuff. I think they should use half dollars regularly. Oh, I agree, American Stacker. I love half dollars. I wish they didn't basically discontinue them. I mean, they're still U.S. currency, but they're not really made much for circulation anymore. But I kind of wish they did. What's also funny in America is we have a $2 bill that nobody uses either. It's so funny. Especially since a dollar buys you nothing today, basically. Literally nothing. So we really ought to be using them $2 bills. I think they should use, yeah. We got rid of pennies. Everything gets rounded off to the nearest nickel. See, Eldon Elder, the way I see that is, well, Eldon Elder, how's it work? Is it rounded up, down? Oh, you said nearest nickel. So I reckon if it's just a penny over, it gets rounded down. I reckon that makes probably some sense, but I don't know. I never minded the penny, really. I mean, it's okay. It works for making change and stuff. What causes milk spotting? Well, Eldon Elder, it's a process at the mint. When they're popping out them coins left and right, they use like a press usually, and they're like pop, 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 pop. They're throwing blanks in the machine, and it like presses in the image of the king or queen. And when that happens, if they don't clean their machinery enough, there's a residue that's left on the coin. And then later on in life, that residue starts to turn white, and that's what causes milk spotting. So you never know if your coin has that residue on it or not until your coins actually end up getting all milky. But the Royal Mint, they fixed their procedure or whatever, so it used to be real bad, but it's not for anything past like 16 or something, or 2018, 19. One of them years they fixed everything, and they seem to have had a pretty decent track record since. So yeah. The soap wash they put on the coins, the rinse isn't complete. Yep, Azure Blue, that's exactly right. That's exactly right. What's going on, Bradley Osmond? Welcome to the live stream. Glad you can make it, my friend. Where's the platinum at? Just catching the live as I was surfing. Nice, Bradley Osmond. Enjoy them surf. Enjoy that surf, buddy. Enjoy that surf. Let me ask y'all something. Is surfing better on the east or west coast? I never really know. I've seen some people surfing way south Florida, West Palm Beach area, but I've never really seen too much surfing in all the beaches I've been to. I've mostly been to like Hilton Head Island. Been to Panama City once, Amelia Island once, but never seen too many people actually legitimately surfing. But yeah, I'm an executor of a state right now. I came across King George V $2 bill. Very nice, Eldon Elder. That's pretty cool. They make millions of 2023 half dollars for some reason. Just wasting time and money, I reckon, because they don't actually dump them into circulation. Or at least I never get any. Why do they keep the $2 bill hidden from everyone? I don't really know, Bradley Osborne. I don't really know. I mean, most banks have them in stock. Last time I got $2 bills, I mean, it's been a while. It's probably been about 10, 15 years. But I just went to the bank. I was like, y'all got $2 bills? They were like, yeah, but you got to buy the whole stack. Because they didn't want me just buying a couple or something, because then they'd have to count them up every night. Whereas when they're in a stack, it's like got a band wrapped around it, so it makes it easier for counting. So they only would sell me a whole stack of them, but I bought a whole stack from the bank one time. And so I reckon most banks have them in stock. They just don't give them out because most people don't want them. And when they break a stack and they have to count it every night, it gets annoying. So they probably just leave them in the drawer to die a slow and painful death. What country coins are worth the most? Well, in America, Damon, it's going to be your American stuff, your platinum eagles, your gold eagles, your silver eagles. That's what's worth the most as far as bullion is concerned. Also, realistically, as far as collectible coins is concerned, right? Your average Mexican gold, your average British sovereigns and stuff, it's got a little bit of premium attached to it, but it's going to be nothing compared to pre-93 or pre-33 gold, excuse me. And so American stuff is going to be the most collectible in America. Now, that could be different depending on the country you're in. I can't speak on any other country other than America because I've lived here my whole life. But that's what's the most collectible, I would say. West Coast has better surfing. All right, Damon Secretal. That would make a lot of sense, honestly, if I'm being honest. There are people who are brave enough to surf up here in Canada off Newfoundland. Ooh, I can't even imagine. I've been to Newfoundland and Labrador once. On a cruise, actually, to a little town called St. John's, I think. That was interesting because we went right over where the Titanic sank in a cruise. And it's like, this is odd. West Coast is much better. I live in Fort Lauderdale and grew up surfing up the coast in Sebastian. Ah, interesting. That's pretty cool, Azure Blue. I really like the British Royal Mint's website. Wish the U.S. Mint offered live prices as well as storage and delivery options. I think they also offer a digital wallet. Wow, that's pretty incredible, Shadowwork. I never knew that about the British Royal Mint. That's pretty cool, actually. You can order straps at $2 at the bank. Yep, you can. You can. I agree. Yep, you can, American Stacker. During the American Revolution, informants for the British were bribed with $2 bills. Hence, if you were caught with one, you were immediately suspect. Wow, that's incredible, Eldon Elder. I never knew that interesting fact. That's really interesting. $2 bills during the Revolution would have been like $2,000 probably, which is insane when you think about it. I mean, that's back 1775, 76, whatever. That's crazy. Mexican libertads are worth the most for bullion. That's true, Azure Blue. I forgot about the Mexican libertads. That is true. That is very true. You are correct with that. Hence the lasting dislike for them among Americans. Yeah, I can understand that, Eldon Elder. LOL, channel surfing and seen you were live. I didn't get a notification yet again. I just happened to channel surf and seen you went live. Midwest guy, I wish I was on the coast. Oh yeah, Bradley Osmond. I suffer that same fate too. I got friends that comment on my channels and they're like, why don't you ever join my live stream? And I'm like, dude, I never got a notification or anything. YouTube's kind of weird about that. You can turn on all the notifications you want and YouTube just forgets to send them to you sometimes, I feel like. Or maybe I just don't notice them. I don't know. But I'm glad you were able to join us, Bradley Osmond. And you're a Midwestern guy, huh? Well, can't say I've been too many places in the Midwest. I've been to Chicago, Cleveland, Ohio and stuff, but that's cool. Unfortunate you're not near any coast. Are you near one of the Great Lakes, though? Because at least you got that going for you if you are. St. John's is beautiful. Great food. I went there once. Yeah, it's a nice little town. It very much is, Eldon Elder. It very much is. Nice little town. I went there for my senior trip. My parents, senior from high school. When I graduated, right when I graduated high school, that summer after, that was the trip they took me on as my kind of gift from them. So that was super cool. We sailed out of New York City and went up there to St. John's and then came back. And what's funny is it was the middle of summer, but it was cold, cold, cold. I was literally dying from the cold because I packed like shorts, t-shirts, and I'm from the South. So it's bowling down here in the summer. So I was expecting it to be hot up there, and it was freezing. Nobody was in the pool. It was hilarious. But for y'all, it was probably just an average day. But man, did I think it was cold in the middle of summer. Surf Alaska. Jeez, Damon. Goodness gracious, I can't even imagine that. I like Silver Shop, and I super... No, you're not at all, Kevin Marshall. If I'm being honest with you, Kevin Marshall, when I've seen Silver Spot go on sale for like close to spot price, or Silver Shot, excuse me, go on sale for close to spot price, I've been tempted to buy it myself. You can do some cool stuff with Silver Shot. You can put it into like mason jars and just have it sitting on a counter, and it's like a piece of art, or like a glass skull. I've seen some people do that, or glass anything, and just dump that Silver Shot in there, and it's like a piece of art, really. So it's kind of cool. It's also kind of like hiding in plain sight some of your money, right? If you put it in a dish and you put it on like your fireplace mantle, it just looks like rocks, right? So people think, I'm not taking a bowl of rocks off this guy's fireplace. Where's the money? But realistically, the money's sitting right there. It's not a bowl of rocks. It's a bowl of money. Realistically. China pandas have bigger markups in the U.S., typically for gold, silver, and platinum, I think. Yeah, but I don't know who stacks them things, if I'm being honest, Johnny Got Shadow, because there's so much hate towards the Chinese stuff. I mean, no offense to Chinese people. The people are wonderful. There's wonderful Chinese people. But for some reason, people associate the government with the bullion, and rightly so, to an extent. And so they boycott that stuff. So I don't even know who buys that. I know there's some people who collect it, but like, I don't know how they justify the premium, honestly. Like the Mexican mint stuff, that makes a lot more sense to me because so many people have nothing against Mexican government per se, or not enough, I would say, to stop them from buying this silver. But so many people don't like Chinese bullion for that reason. Seattle, Washington. Yep, Seattle. Silver Shot is hard to test and handle, but ideal for industry. If it's a reliable source and at or under spot, why not? Yeah, I agree, Shadowwork, and I didn't think about that aspect, but that's a good point you bring up, is it's hard to test, right? You probably got like a little bead of silver, and without melting it all and putting it all together, it's probably real difficult to test. So I would only buy it from, obviously, reliable sources. I would never buy it probably from Joe Schmo on the side of the road. All right, Azure Blue, look up $4 Stella. They are gold and were coins given to every congressman. They wound up being used for, wow, in Washington, D.C., because all the moderns wanted them and used them as pendants. Modems? Wait a minute. Is that what you call the women in that industry? Modems? Or no, you probably meant madams. Probably is what you meant, I think. But wow, that's a wild story, Azure Blue. That really is. That's an interesting fact. Thank you for your response. Well, you're welcome, Kevin Marshall. That's what I'm here for. I try to answer y'all's questions the best I can. And I try to give my opinions, what I think's best. But at the end of the day, it's just my opinion, y'all. But I love the idea of Silver Shot. I'd love to have some one day to put in like a jar or something. I think that'd be pretty neat. Pretty nice little art project. Newfie fishermen never knew how to swim because the ocean's water is too darn cold to swim in. Yeah, I can imagine that. I can imagine that, Eldon Elder. I can't even imagine. Well, I can't really imagine swimming in the water. I can imagine it's too cold to swim in, but I can't imagine actually swimming in it. That's why I love being on the East Coast, because our water's way warm enough to swim in. I've heard people out in the West Coast don't swim too much in the ocean because it's cold. But over here on the East Coast, our water is hot. So if you go to the Carolina coast or anywhere in Florida or Alabama coast or what have you, you can go for a dip. No problem. Just watch out for them sharks. Even though they're not as big a threat as most people make them out to be, it's sensationalized quite a bit. It's not impossible, but the millions of people that go, 1 or 2 get bit, and it's okay. My dad gave me a Liberty coin from 2023, which is 1 ounce of silver. What would that be worth today? Probably about $30, honestly. Damon Secreto. About $30, I'd say it's worth. Well, thank you, Damon. I appreciate that. You heard me sneeze. Thank you for saying bless you. And yeah, madams, that's what I figured you were talking about, Azure Blue. But yeah, I love being on the southeast coast, not too far from the beach. I reckon our closest beach to Atlanta is probably about Hilton Head, so about 5 hours. 5 hours and you're at the beach. If you would prefer the Gulf, maybe add an extra hour, about 6 hours you can get down to Panama City. No problem. But Panama City is just too, it's kind of too redneck for me. I mean, I much prefer the Hilton Head vibe. I wouldn't pick Myrtle Beach probably, but I love Hilton Head. I really love the city of Beaufort. I'd love to live there one day. That would be my retirement town for sure. I spent some time out there this past summer, or this summer, and it's a beautiful little town. It's a small town. It's far enough from the beach that it's not as touristy, but it's close enough to the beach that if you want to go, you can. Try Maine before you decide. It's absolutely beautiful up there. Oh, I'm sure it is. I might take a look at that. I just love the South so much, Kevin. I love it down here. The culture, the food, barbecue, second to none. Hospitality. I'm a big church guy, and I love having a huge church community. So I probably would never leave the South, truly. But I'm sure Maine's a wonderful place and very beautiful as well. I'm less than a mile from the ocean. Wow, Jack Stacks. That's incredible. Are you, what ocean and what region? Are you up north where it's cold? Are you down south where it's warm? Are you over on the west? What kind of ocean you like? Or what kind of ocean you got close by? All right, we've been going for 72 minutes, and this has been a great live stream, y'all. I really appreciate all of y'all being here. We've had some good conversations, I think. We got about 15 people watching right now, which is solid. We got almost 20 likes, so if y'all could do me a favor and hit that like button, it's down below on the computer screen, just in the normal like button area. Or if you're on the cell phone, you can hold the screen with your finger and it'll pop up, or you can hit the 3 dots in the top right-hand corner, and that is where you can also hit the like button, and that helps me out a whole bunch, and I appreciate that greatly. I live next to the beach in Fort Lauderdale. I got lucky and bought my home 25 years ago. Oh, yeah, you did. Oh, yeah, you did, Azure Blue. You definitely got lucky. New Jersey here. Hate our oceans. Oh, my goodness. And very knowledgeable channel. Thank you, Kevin Marshall, for saying that. It was very kind of you to say. But, yeah, I don't think I'd be too fond of New Jersey oceans, if I'm being honest. Well, the beach anyways. The ocean itself is huge. But the beaches in New Jersey, meh. I'm sure it's okay, but Atlantic City and all that, I don't know about all that. Plus the taxes and the government in New Jersey, no offense to you at all, but the stuff I hear that happens in New Jersey, like, it just makes me scratch my head. Like, y'all can't even pump your own gas, right? Don't y'all have full service, or did y'all get rid of that? Because I think y'all and one other state maybe had full service gas stations by law. You can't pump your own gas, which is just wild. I live next to the beach, Fort Lauderdale, yep. Palladium is really nice. Yeah, it is, Kevin Marshall, it is. I only got 1 gram so far, but hoping to pick up some more here soon. Hoping so anyways. Cape May, New Jersey is beautiful. Well, that's cool, Azure Blue. I don't think I've ever been there myself. There he is, the man, the myth, the legend, Niels Han Dynasty, buy silver, platinum, and crystallized osmium. And also, I don't know his other catchphrase, but I wish he posted it in the chat. Niels Han, you'd probably do it better than me, but you usually say be kind, considerate, and grateful, because why would you want to be anything else? I love when you say that in your videos, Niels Han. Everyone should definitely go check out his channel. He's got some great content. Niels Han, I just want to apologize to you, my friend. I tried real hard to join your live stream yesterday. I was in there. I was in the chat early. I hit the like button before it started. I had to go do something. I put on the notifications, and not just the live, or not just your channel notifications, but there's a button on the live stream that says notify me. I clicked that, everything. Still missed the dang thing. Frustrate the heck out of me. But I'm going to try my best to show up to one of your live streams, Niels Han. I really, really am. But anyways, Oregon got rid of that law last year. Well, there you go, Jack Stats. That maybe, hopefully, lowered your gas prices a little bit, because then gas stations don't have to employ random people to pump your gas like the other 49 states in America. Oregon and New Jersey. Ah, okay. So Oregon and New Jersey are the two states. Well, I reckon now it's just New Jersey. That's just so silly to me. The government doesn't trust its people to pump its own gas. But Stone. Welcome to the live stream, Stone. Thank you so much. Thank you, Platinum Bees. Got me into platinum stacking. Got a pretty good collection so far. Very nice, Stone. Congratulations on your platinum stack journey so far. I appreciate you hopping in our live stream and joining us today. And I'm glad I was able to help a little bit on your platinum stacking journey. And I'm glad you're able to join us today. So welcome, welcome, welcome. We got shadow work. Yeah, it's kind of funny. We expect intelligent life elsewhere to also be surface dwellers. Oh my goodness, I know it, right? Shadow work. It's hilarious. It's hilarious. It's just so funny. Imagine if they required someone to come and turn on your gas stove or your gas fireplace in your house. It's like, oh, you want to cook tonight? Well, you're gonna have to hire someone to come out and turn on that gas stove for you, because we wouldn't want you blowing the place up. It's like, goodness gracious. Oh my goodness, I couldn't even imagine. It's nice in winter when you don't have to get out. Well, I reckon that's true, Kevin Marshall. But do y'all tip the guy who comes out, or y'all don't do that? Because that would be that would just annoy the heck out of me. I'd be like, let me just pump it myself. It's not that big a deal. I got to tip this guy like a couple bucks and like pay extra for gas when I could just do this myself. But I'm sure it is nice in winter when you don't got to get out. Fortunately, it doesn't get too cold down here in the South, so we don't really have to deal with any of that. But it can get a little cold, but never cold enough to where you don't want to get out your car. I can't say there's ever been too many times I've had that happen, but I'm sure up north it's very different. No tip. Gas is $3.04. What? Wait a minute, Kevin Marshall. Wait a minute. Gas is $3.04. I don't know how y'all. That's dadgum cheap, if I'm being honest. That is dadgum cheap. Down here in Atlanta, we're floating around $3.20, $3.30. I don't know how we are higher than y'all, and we're self-serve, and we're in a fairly low tax state. It must be subsidized. Well, New Mexico makes a good bit of sense, Stone. That would make sense because y'all are close to Texas and the oil rigs out there, and you're also just not one of them northeast states or like California. But that blows my mind that gas in Kevin, you're in New Jersey, right? Not the other state, Oregon, New Jersey. That blows my mind that gas is $3.04 in New Jersey. That is wild. I guarantee it's not that cheap in New York City, and y'all aren't that far from them. That's wild. Gas station employee in those communities be available at all times, pump gas. Stations cannot charge more for full service. Ah, interesting. So there's laws preventing them from charging more for full service. Then I don't know why you would even, well, no, it's by law that they have to be full service. So what is charging more anyways? Because they're all full service. So it would make sense. But that's wild that it's the same price. I don't even know how the money's got to be coming from somewhere. Because if you took your average gas station in like my state where you pump your own gas and you added 4 or 5 pumpers to the payroll, that would have to increase the price of things. I know it's not legal to do, but it would just have to, the money would have to come from somewhere. Their payroll would have to come from somewhere. Gas in New Mexico is $3.15. Yep. Has anyone else seen the story about the metal balls at the bottom of the ocean that are creating dark oxygen? What in the world? No, I have not seen that story, Shadowwork. That sounds like a wild story, though. In Kansas, we are $3.30 as well. That's not too bad, Bradley Osmond. That makes a good bit of sense out there in Kansas. $3.81 in Washington. All right. All right. $5.25 in California. Niels Hahn's out here like, you know what, man? I'm just going to blow all my money on gas. Goodness gracious. $5.25. Oh, my goodness. And there are 5 refineries within 20 miles. That's just dumb, Niels Hahn. It's the taxes, right? It's the taxes on gas causing it to be that high. There's only one gas station left that I know of in eastern Ontario that still pumps your gas for you in a small town village of about 800. Wow, that's incredible. Yeah, it's not outlawed down here in the South or in most states. It's not like outlawed to have full service, but it's a very niche and very rare thing to see. Most of the time you have full service when you got like an oil change place and a tire place and all these different places packed into one little spot. And, you know, people are just more likely to come by if they don't have to pay extra, and they'll probably get their oil change there and they'll buy tires from you. It's really a business thing. But so many gas stations are just gas and snacks these days. It's like they don't really have that too much. Yes, New Jersey South. Okay, Kevin Marshall, that's wild. Y'all's gas is so cheap. That is absolutely wild. Second largest state for drilling oil is New Mexico. Oh, interesting. First largest is what? Texas? It's got to be Texas. Niels Hahn, yep, taxes, yep. Welcome to tax heaven, right? Where you go and you die and you still, you know, matter of fact, I bet when people die in California and they go to heaven, they still paying taxes, right? Like you sitting there in heaven just worshiping God, and it's like, here comes new stuff. Where's my tax money, man? Oh my goodness. Taxes, taxes, taxes. Tax capital of the world. During the 2020 lockdowns and whatnot, I wanted the whole country to do full service gas. It's jobs and keeps everyone from handling the pumps. Now I'm back on not caring. Yeah, that's true, Shadow Work. That's true. That makes sense. How's full service work when I ride up on motorcycle though? Oh yeah, that'd be the most awkward situation. It's like, I know I can't pump it, my man, but I'm sorry, this is just weird. Just go ahead and pump. A lot of them have gas tanks right there in your lap though, so you got to get off the bike anyways. So you're just standing there awkwardly looking at the dude like, thanks. And then he pumps like a gallon or two because that's all them things hold sometimes. That's hilarious. What's also funny is, can you not carry gas in them red containers in like New Jersey? I'm sure the attendant has to fill it up, but you can just carry around a tank, like a carry-on tank of gas. That's so goofy. I did a video on oxygen producing rocks in the Pacific 6,000 meters deep. Wow, Nielsen, I'll have to check that out. I will have to go over there and check that out, my friend. It's an Amish thing. Huh, that makes sense. Niels knows. Yes, he does. Indeed. Oh, do you really, Nielsen? That's pretty cool. Amish are great people. Great, great people. Texas. Yep, I figured Texas was the number one Azure Blue. They should leave those ocean noodles alone. Yeah, they should. Our gas is $1.45 per liter. Canadian. Is CDN Canadian dollar? Yeah, Canadian dollar, which is equivalent to $4.07 a gallon US. Wow. Well, you're better than California, but most of the country is a little lower than you. That's also another funny one, Eldon Elder, because y'all got oil for days up there, don't y'all? Have tons and tons of oil? Or do y'all not refine it up there? It might just be drilled up there. Do y'all have refineries? I don't really know how it works in Canada. You have to pay a tax to die in California. Yeah, and to live, I'm sure. When you have a baby, it's like, all right, pay up your taxes. When you breathe California air, it's like, here's the air tax. Oh my goodness. I had a lot of fun at an Amish cattle auction once. Wow, I bet that was fun, Shadow Work. Where's the best deal for platinum right now? Well, Azure Blue, it depends on what you're looking for. I always like to go on finebullionprices.com. I'll post a link to that source in the chat. But that's where I like to start my search when I'm looking for lowest price platinum. I just go on there. I click the platinum at the top. If you want coins, you can click coins. If you want bars, you can click bars. And it'll sort it by lowest premium. So right now it looks like Gold Cub Direct has Tudor Beast for 81.16 over spot, which is not too bad. It's about 8% premium. Not bad at all. If you're looking for smaller stuff, eBay is really your go-to for like 1/10 ounces and whatnot. So that's where I'd start. Hey, Sam12, welcome to the live stream. Glad you can make it. Platinum is cheap. Yes, sir, it sure is. It sure is indeed. Very, very cheap. Eldon Elder, we got refineries, but we also have a socialist government. that makes everything harder and more complicated. Oh yeah, y'all do, Eldon Elder. Oh yeah. Of course, we've had not necessarily socialist government, but we did cut drilling quite a bit with this most recent administration in America. But like we talked about earlier, Eldon Elder, term limits in America make it so that we'll get someone new, and hopefully we'll get someone who will open up drilling and refining in America. But you never know. At some point, it's likely to happen. For basically ever in America, we flip-flop back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And I know a lot of people would like it to be one-sided the whole time, but personally, I can't deny that it creates a nice balance of things. And it actually creates an environment where people actually have to do what they say they're going to do, at least somewhat. We're starting to see that unravel because for a while there, we had people on both sides not doing what they were saying they were going to do. And it's really kind of shaking things up quite a bit. So you never know. Canada or Elder, maybe people will get fed up at some point and just flip the script. But it requires enough people to realize they're being taken advantage of, which unfortunately in this world, no matter what country you're really in, a lot of people overlook how they're being taken advantage of by their own government. Platinum is 25% of its true value. Buy it up. Oh, I agree, Niels Hahn. I agree. Buy that stuff while it's cheap. Thank you. My local dealer was selling me $50 over spot for 1 ounce maples, but he's run out of supply. Oh yeah, that's a great premium, Azure Blue. 50 bucks over spot. Can't beat that anywhere online. Excellent resource, Platinum Beast. Well, thank you, Shadow Work. Thank you. I appreciate your kind words, my friend. Niels Hahn Dynasty said, Platinum 1 ounce coin is valued at $100, and Platinum is $9.35 an ounce. Gold coin is valued at $50, and you can buy 1 ounce for $2,500-ish an ounce. Buy Platinum. Oh yeah, Niels Hahn. And what's funny about that is if metals were to become worthless for some dumb reason, like they were able to figure out how to replicate it like they do diamonds or whatever, some wild case scenario, and the metal was now worthless, it will always be worth what's printed on it, right? So this is $50 in America, this half-ounce Platinum Eagle. So I could go to a bank and be like, I want to deposit $50, here you go. So if this metal was ever worthless, I'm better off with platinum than I am with gold, because this would be $25, not $50. So that's something to think about. Is that likely to happen? I give it a basically 0 chance, but it's fun to think about, isn't it? Biden's first order of business when he took office was cancel a massive oil and gas pipeline in the Midwest. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I remember that, Azure Blue. And gas shot to the moon. Should have stacked gas. That's what we should have been stacking in 2020 was gas. And then we should have sold it in 2021 when gas was $5 a daggum gallon down here in the South. Niels Hahn, what was it at its max out there in California? $10? $7, $8, $9? What was the max gas hit? Because we hit 5+ down here in the South at one point. I think it was summer 2021. So what was it out in California? I don't even remember hearing about it. I wish Canada was a republic like the U.S., country of laws, instead of this mess we have. Yeah, y'all do have some issues up there. I mean, y'all have a beautiful country, and the people like you and other people, plenty of people that are good people in Canada. But y'all's government is something, leaves a lot to be desired, I'll say. Of course, a lot of the world's governments do that, and I don't really know why the people just allow it to occur. But you know, it is what it is, I reckon. Vote for Neil Hahn, POTUS to Canada. President of... Wait. You'll have to reword that phrase, Niels Hahn, because President of the United States of Canada. Are we gonna have a war and somebody's gonna win and are we gonna colonize Canada? Is that what you're saying, Niels Hahn? Is that what you're saying there? I love me some platinum. Yep. Platinum is the best. Platinum is the best value for your money. I agree, Niels Hahn. I agree. If it was worthless, I don't think there would be banks at all. Yeah, I agree with that, Damon Scacrito. That's a great word, or that's a great thing to say and share and remember. 650-ish. Be kind, helpful, and grateful. It's better than being a jerk. There you go. That's the one I love. That's the one I love that you have, Niels Hahn. That's the catchphrase. That's the one right there. Not many people say stuff like that or have a catchphrase like that, but that's real Really good, really great word to share with everyone. Really kind of shows your humbleness quite a bit, if I'm being honest. Mendocino, California has taken the cake for having the most expensive gas in the United States, coming in at a whopping $9.60 per gallon 2022. Wow. How much would it cost to fill up my truck? That'd be like $250, probably close. I can't imagine filling up my daggum truck for $250 and it lasting me a week. Goodness gracious. That is insane. I want to take over Canada. All right, Niels Hahn. All right. I see it. I see where you're coming from. All governments have been infiltrated. Oh, yeah, Eldon Elder. At some point or another, that's for sure. Max price of unleaded gas in Seattle, Washington was $4.98. Wow. That's better than California, Damon. That's definitely better than California. Donald Sutton Jr. said, gas, groceries, gold. We are being gouged. Oh, I agree, Donald Sutton. I agree. Azure Blue, but you can grow 100K in your yard up there. LOL. Well, isn't there limits? Well, wait a minute. You can't do that in California, Niels Hahn? I thought they were on the same page as far as that stuff's concerned. Probably takes $5 just to start the engine. El Nelder, yeah, you crank that thing up, you hear, and it fires up, and it burns. It burns gas just firing up. $5. Goodness gracious. I was paying $80 a week in gas and got a Harley as soon as the Keystone was shut down. Been paying about $15 a week on gas ever since. Went from burning up one commodity to stacking commodities. Very nice, Shadow Work. Very nice. Yeah, I've been tempted. My pickup truck outside, I've been tempted to trade it for a Prius every now and again. But I just can't bring myself to do it. I ain't taking no car payment. And I haven't found something that I could trade that I'd be happy with on a one-to-one basis. So I continue driving the pickup truck. The thing's paid off. The insurance ain't too bad. It's safe. It's reliable. I'll just drive it till the wheels fall off at this point. I did the math. I might save like $150 a month on gas, but it is what it is. If all branches of the government have been compromised, county by county for growing laws. Oh, I see. Interesting, Niels Hahn. You can't drive a Prius on a muddy road like a truck. Oh, yeah, that's true. That's true, Niels Hahn. Going back to, I think it was Damon talked about, what about the zombie apocalypse? My truck would be ready for the zombie apocalypse, but the Prius ain't making it. I'm sorry, bud. But you ain't making it. I could just start bashing through cars, piles of cars. I could drive in the median on the highway. I could drive on the shoulder. I'd be all right. I do love Priuses, though. Don't get me wrong. I know they're kind of whatever, but the technology in them, the hybrid, the electric with the gas, I think that's just awesome. I love that idea. I don't really like electric stuff, just fully electric. I like the idea of combining both. I think that is how you reach peak efficiency, and I just love them overall. Hybrids as a whole. I'd love a hybrid truck, if I'm being honest, but they don't get too much better gas mileage than just a regular gas truck, so. 4x4s are good for zombie apocalypse. Oh, yeah, Niels Hahn. Platinum Beast, $150 is a 10th ounce of platinum. Oh, it is, Donald Sutton Jr., it is. I don't disagree, but here's the thing about that $150. I say I'd save $150 in gas, and I probably would, but, I mean, a lot of my work is a lot of my driving around is for work. I could get away with like a Prius or something, maybe, but yeah, I might as well just stick with what I got. I like it. I enjoy it. I owe nothing on it. We'll just keep on trucking. But, yep. Ouch, that is costly. Yeah, $150 a month. It ain't all that cheap, but it is what it is. U.S. Mint has the American Eagle 2024 1 ounce platinum proof coin September 5th. Ooh, interesting. What part of the amendment are they doing this time? Azure. Because last one was what? Freedom of speech? Freedom of the press? I can't remember. I want the 4x4 F-150 work truck with the FP 700 supercharger kit. It's like 10 grand upgrade, but infinite smile per gallon upgrade. Oh yeah, I bet. That'd be real sweet, Shadow Work. That'd be real sweet. I'll tell you what, my big old jacked up truck, it may burn gas, but I agree with you. The smiles per gallon, and every time I park it and look back at that thing, I'm like, that's a cool truck. I love riding around in it, being high up in the air. It brings me joy, you know, and ain't nothing wrong with spending a little bit of money on something that brings you joy. Doesn't have to be all work. It works for some people, but I think everybody has a guilty pleasure of some kind or another, whether they admit it or not. I had a Nissan. It ran on teacup of gas a week. Woo! That is almost nothing. That's crazy. Palladium. Yep. Oh, palladium proof. Oh, I see. Yeah. Sweet. Oh, yeah, it's coming out in 3 days, isn't it? Did they list the price for that? I forgot about that. Let me take a look. I want to take a look at that for sure. Did they list the pricing? Because last I checked, they didn't have a price for it. Let's take a look. See here, 2024 schedule. We'll scroll down to September 5th. Okay. Do they have a price? No price. Oh my goodness. The dang coin releases in 3 days, and they have not listed a price at all. Platinum is out. First Amendment to the United States Constitution 2024 platinum proof coin. Right to assemble West Point W America. Oh, 1545. Wait a minute. Oh, the platinum proof. Yeah. Platinum's out. And it was First Amendment. Yep. Right to assemble. Ah, interesting. But they haven't listed a price for that palladium proof, man. Like dadgum, come on. Let us know. Did y'all lower it? Did y'all increase it? They'll probably keep it the same, if I'm being honest. What are they selling the previous years for right now? $1,900. Wow, didn't they increase that like $50? Come on, man. So it'll probably be $1,900 if I had to guess. But man, they still got the 2023. I'll probably go with the proof though, if I'm being honest. Proof's probably a gorgeous coin. I'm gonna have to get someone to give me some platinum coins. Yeah, Niels Hahn? Gonna have to get someone to give you some platinum coins. Well, that'd be a great friend to have. I tell you what, I got a penny with no date from 2000, 2006, 2016, 2018. Wow, that's pretty incredible. And welcome to the live stream, my friend. Glad you were able to join us. I don't like paying for precious metals. Oh, I don't either, Niels Hahn. I just have to, because I don't have the hookups that you got. Palladium Eagle released on the 5th, if I remember correctly. It does, Shadow Work. You're going to get it? You're going to get it? You got to get it, man. You got to get it. Now, wait a minute. Do you have a video of the... Oh, man. You got to post that Palladium Eagle video, Shadow Work. We got to see that thing in live action. I definitely want to see that coin. You probably get some decent viewage on it, too, if I'm being honest, if you just did like a little short of it or something. I grow my silver, so it costs me nothing. Grow your silver. What in the world, Niels Hahn? Now you're losing me, man. I don't even know what you're saying. Or are you saying you grow stuff that you sell for silver? Is that what you're saying? Are they going to restrike the unsold 2023? I don't really know. That's what I would have thought. What was the mintage limit on that 2023? 6,000? Jeez. Wow, they upped the mintage limit this year for 2024, so I don't really know. Shoot. If I had the money, actually, I'd probably get the 2023 because it's lower mintage limit. I mean, dang. Why wouldn't you, right? I see, Niels Hahn, I see. I gotcha. That makes sense. Well, that's not necessarily like legal, is it, Niels Hahn? Like, better be careful with that, bud. I mean, I wish you all the best, but I don't buy silver with money I work for. Ah, gotcha. Wait a minute. Okay. The substance is legal, but what you are doing, is that legal? That's the question, right? Growing, yes. Having, yes. But selling, is that... I'm looking for 1 ounce platinum bullion eagles 97, 99, 00, 01, 02. Oh man, Azure Blue. If anyone has them and wants to trade or sell. I wish you all the best on your journey, but my friend. Some of them years are hard to find. Sell to the clubs. Huh. Interesting. I did not know that, Niels Hahn. You aren't telling us the whole story. Donald Sutton, yep. 2023 was the lowest mintage ever. Wow. Well, then that's the one you want to get. Do you have that? What year is yours, Shadowwork? What year is yours? I have some of the years listed, but they are in sets. Ah, gotcha. But what year is Shadowwork? What year is your Palladium Eagle? Because I forgot. I know you sent me the picture. All right, we've been rocking and rolling for 100 minutes here. Wow. It's been a pretty good live stream so far, y'all. Thank y'all for joining me. I greatly appreciate it. I very, very, very much do. Da, 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 da. Bum, 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 bum. All right. Always Platinum Beast. God bless everyone in America and everyone here. Yep. God bless all of y'all. 1946. $50 and the quarter and the nickel. Wow. That's a pretty cool little set. When am I doing a platinum giveaway? I don't know about all that, Niels Hahn. I don't know if I'm going to do a platinum giveaway, if I'm being honest. I just don't know what it really kind of... I'm probably more likely to sell something, like have a sale on the channel or something, than I am to just give away platinum. That's what I'd say. Wow, we got 21 likes. Thanks so much, everybody, for hitting that like button. Really helps me out a whole bunch. If you haven't already, do me a favor and hit that like button. On the computer, it's down in the bottom, just like normal. On the cell phone, you can just hold the screen and it should pop up for you and you should be able to hit it. So thank you for hitting that like button. Really helps me out a whole bunch and I greatly appreciate it. But I don't know about platinum giveaway, Niels Hahn. I don't know if I'm going to do one of them. At least not till I'm huge or I got a nice big old fat stack. I got the 2023 Platinum Palladium Eagle because of low mintage, even though it's not a cool finish. Yeah, the finish leaves much to be desired. Uncirculated, it's all right. But the lowest mintage, that is a bonus, right? For sure. Did you get it from the U.S. Mint or did you get it from secondhand, Shadowwork? I'm kind of curious. Buy silver, platinum, and crystallized osmium. Yes, indeed. That's exactly right, Niels Hahn. That's exactly right. Buy all that good stuff. 2021, Jim BU. 2019, reverse proof with box and COA. Wow. Alright. Bum, 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 bum. American Eagle 2023 1 ounce palladium uncirculated coin. U.S. Mint still offering them with 6,000 minutes. Yep, they are. They are. $1,900. Yeah, that 100% premium is just lovely. But at this point, it's about 90%. So that's what's funny is palladium has gone up, but the premium is a little lower actually. Well, actually, no, it's probably roughly about the same it's always been. You know, 2021, 2020. W. What is this? Bullion. Wow, they only did 1 year of the bullion. Well, I reckon the first year was bullion. But that's interesting. 2021, they did 2 different versions. It's kind of cool. Reverse proof 2019. Yeah, 2019 had a high minute limit. Mm-hmm. 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 6,000 coins is just crazy low though. Loyal members could always make a donation to auction in support of the channel. Yeah, I reckon that could be a thing. We could do something like that maybe. That might be worth taking a look into. You never know. That's for sure. Let's see here. You never know. You never know what the Platinum Beast might unveil on his channel. There's always a possibility of anything to occur. Oh, that's for sure. Mm-hmm. 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 Just read your post at the Platinum Beast. Which post was that? Or are you talking about? Wait, which post? Or are you talking about the poll? Because the community post is kind of old. That one I asked where the U.S. economy ended up this week. That one's kind of old. So that one doesn't really apply too much to today. Oh, on your video. Ah, I gotcha. Well, I tried my best. That's all I can really offer. Daggum. So I'm taking a look here. See, I'm looking at Palladium Eagles, right? The cheapest one right now is on eBay for $16.48. But the daggum thing about it is I get charged sales tax in my state on Palladium of $146.71. So if I bought that Eagle, it'd be $17.95.18 after tax. It's like $150 extra. Plus, but the thing about it is if I buy direct from the U.S. Mint, there's no sales tax. So I save about $100, but I don't get direct from the U.S. Mint and like perfect with all the good stuff. So that's a tough pill to swallow. That's for sure. That is a tough pill to swallow. I mean, I do get 3% cash back buying with PayPal, but still, goodness gracious. Abolish Palladium sales tax in Georgia, please. Your girlfriend says you are very trying. I don't have a girlfriend, Neil San. I don't have a girlfriend. Haven't for years. When I talked to a Mint rep back in May, they only have 600 2023 Palladium Eagles left. Wow. That's pretty crazy. Maybe I end up buying that 2023. I don't know. Might be worth it. To save the sales tax? Who knows? Your girlfriend's, in my opinion, changes in the air for the country and the world for the better. Hopefully. Hopefully. Here's to hoping, Donald Sutton. Here is definitely to hoping. Guess that joke's on me then. Oh, man. Yep. Yep. I like the laid-back nature of your channel. Keep it up. Well, thank you, Donald Sutton Jr. I appreciate that. I really, really do. Thank you for being a loyal follower and joining our live streams and all that good stuff. I like the Platinum Rolex. Yeah, Platinum Rolex is pretty sweet. Pretty sweet. That'd be pretty cool to have a Platinum Rolex, if I'm being honest. That's for sure. Platinum Rolex would be sweet. Q2 next year will be interesting, not because of the economy. Well, then why will it be interesting, Niels Hahn? No sales tax or VAT on precious metals. They are money. Yeah, we really shouldn't have any, especially metals that are minted in our currency, right? I'm sitting here buying a Palladium Eagle, or trying to see what it would cost and stuff, and like the money, or it has money printed on it. Like, why does it do this to me? I don't know. I really, really don't know. And it's really, really frustrating, to say the least. But it is what it is, you know? It is what it is. That's for sure. Q2 next year will be interesting, not because of the economy. Yep. Azure Blue. A platinum Rolex would be nice. I've thought about getting a vintage Rolex, but don't understand the watch game at all. Yeah, I recently picked up a Swiss automatic watch, and I gotta say, automatic is not for me, and that's what most Rolexes are. I might go a day or two without wearing it, and then all of a sudden it dies, and I gotta shake it up or wind it or whatever. That's just not really for me. Some people love it, but I'm much more of a quartz guy, I've realized. So if I was gonna get a fancier watch, I'd probably get like a Grand Seiko or a The Citizen or something. But that's just me. Everybody's got different tastes as far as that's concerned. That is for sure. All right, we've been going for about 113 minutes here. We'll probably wrap it up about 2 hours. So we got another 7 minutes to go. But it's been a great live stream, y'all. I really appreciate each and every one of y'all for popping in here and talking with me and just hanging out and all that good stuff. But yeah, it's been real nice. If y'all could do me a favor and hit that like button before we wrap it up, I'd appreciate that. Let's take another look at the poll here. We got, it looks like 44% say gold, 32% silver, 16% platinum, and 9% palladium. That is real interesting. Gold's not quite at half, but it's close. It's not far. So that's pretty interesting that people still love the idea of gold. I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense, realistically, when you think about it. All right, platinum. Like, share, and subscribe. Yep, and I vote platinum too. Am I able to vote in my own polls? I don't know that I've ever really. No, I'm not. But y'all know me. Y'all know I'd vote platinum all day long. For sure. I wear my Apple Watch now. Very nice, Azure Blue. 3 Rolexes I rarely wear anymore. Yeah, the thing about the Apple Watch, and that's cool if you like it, and I know 99% of people, they love the Apple Watch. But for me, I try to limit the distractions in my life. Maybe you're better at controlling yourself than I am, but if I had that dang thing on my wrist, I'd be looking at it every 2 seconds to see what notifications were popping up. With my phone, I can lay it down, I can put it in my pocket, and it actually requires a little bit more effort for me to look at. But with the watch, I feel like I'd just be popping that thing left and right to see what this is or what that is or what have you. So I don't have an Apple Watch. I make do with an iPhone and a MacBook. And that's about all I really need. Or a MacBook Pro at least. But yeah. That's cool you got Rolexes. You must be doing well. You must be doing well, my friend. I do like my Palladium Eagle, but I'm not a fan of the obvious finding and chipping. It barely stays in the capsule, and the chips are really distracting. I think it's an issue only with the 2023s. Well, that makes sense. 2023 was uncirculated, right? It came in the box and capsule and everything, or did it come loose? He was lucky he got to the hospital in time and they gave him the drug to stop a heart. Wow. My friend was lifesaver was back. Oh, wow. He has a fib, and the watch was flashing. Yeah, see, that's definitely a benefit I could see the Apple Watch doing. Luckily, I don't have any health issues, and obviously anybody can have a heart attack or whatever at any time. But I don't have any major health issues that require monitoring or I'm really high risk of. But that is pretty cool, though, that he was able to do that. New tech watches are cool and possible lifesavers for sure. Yep, I agree, Niels Hahn, I agree. Finning and chipping. Gotcha. Shadow work. Gotcha. I spent 24 plus years on Wall Street managing institutional capital after law school, and everyone wears a high-end watch. I figured I'd just buy some Rolexes. That makes sense, Azure Blue. Ever heard of mean investment-grade jewelry? Oh, yeah, Donald Sutton. I love mean. I haven't bought anything from them, but they got some cool stuff, and they got real transparent pricing. I love their website and everything about them, really. I highly recommend a newer Apple Watch as it could save your life. Yeah, it very well could, Azure Blue. Very well could. Buyers beware, the remaining 600 Palladium Eagles could all be returns with these blemishes that aren't considered errors. Yeah, that's true. That is very true, Shadow Work. That could be why they still have some in stock. They probably just took them back, gave refunds, and they're just sitting there. It very well could be the case. Stopped wearing watches when I started connecting steel watches, and jewelry can get you killed. Wow, that's crazy. I hadn't thought about that, but I reckon there are a lot of professions where that would be the case. All right, everybody, we're closing in on 2 whole hours of streaming. Thank y'all so much for joining us this fine evening. We got 25 likes, which is super, super awesome. That's a really good number for one of our live streams. As y'all can see, the sun is going down. It's getting darker and darker here. So we're going to wrap it up here. But once again, thanks to all of y'all who joined, whether you're still here, whether you were here in the beginning, or whether you joined in the middle. Whatever the case may be, I can't thank y'all enough. Thank you especially to Shadow Work for that super chat of $5. I greatly appreciate that, my friend. Always love when y'all super chat. It's always super helpful for me, and it usually just makes my day when y'all do that. But thank you, Shadow Work, and also thank you for being a loyal Gold Beast member. Thank you to all my loyal Gold Beast and Platinum Beast squad members. I greatly appreciate each and every one of y'all, and at the end of the day, I appreciate all of those who just simply subscribe, come and hang out and say all the good stuff that y'all say and good conversations y'all bring. So thank y'all once again for everything. And with all that being said, I reckon until next time and until we do the next live stream, we will see y'all.